Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know this video is very random because it was random for myself to go ahead and make, but please bear with me, there is something to it and we're gonna go over all of that here today, so I do hope you enjoy the video. But this is in regards to a 5-star Kaeya. Now, it's not a thing, there's nothing confirmed, but it's just a theory or speculation that has been going on through the community that I was unaware of, and this might be something that you're already aware of and I'm just late to the game, so if I am, just let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, just to give you a quick backstory or synopsis on how we got here today, I was scrolling through YouTube and I found a video called 5-star Kaeya pulling for 5-star, something to that nature. I think it was by Paimon Time. Thank you so much for that video. It was one of those videos where they are able to show a pull of a character that's not in the game yet or that will be coming maybe eventually in the future, and it was a 5-star Kaeya, and I was interested by that. I was like, a 5-star Kaeya, that would be really cool because, you know, Kaeya has a lot of lore and backstory behind him. He's a fantastic character with great character design, and I think, you know, should have a 5-star version of himself or be a 5-star himself, albeit, you know, he's not the greatest character in terms of gameplay and, you know, strength, even though he is a strong character. But anyways, I digress. I'm kind of ranting here. So this led me to look up 5-star Kaeya images and see what's actually out there in the community, and lo and behold, there are theories and speculations and all sorts of stuff and art that just look phenomenal. I'm looking at this art and I'm looking at 5-star Kaeya, what could be, and I'm like, is this my new favorite character? Is this a character that I really want in the game? And I'm like, yes. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. I'm kind of rambling, you guys don't know what I'm really talking about, so let's get into it. So this is a Reddit post by JassFox007, massive shout out to you. And it says, hello people, that's me again. Lately I've gotten an idea of something. What if Kaeya will be released again? Let me make it clear for you. Now, I also want to just quickly interrupt and state that this is something that can happen because with the other game that Mihoyo develops, which is Honkai, in that game you have characters, and with those characters you have different what's called battle suits. So you have, for example, White Comet Kiana, who is a B rank, and then you have Valkyrie Ranger Kiana, who is an A rank, and then you have God Kiana, who is an S rank. So there's just different forms of the same character, and that is something that they can definitely implement here within Genshin Impact. So you can have Beidou and then as a 4-star, and then you can have a different version of Beidou as a 5-star, just as an example. So this is something that most certainly can happen. So they go on to state that in the plot, Kaeya is a suspicious character with a lot of secrets hidden. He is also the only one character to have a star-shaped motifs in his eye all over his claws, and his Walt ult also has star-shaped motifs. The same goes for the unknown god and Dainsleif, so he is connected with them and has something to do with the Abyss. So this is all just, of course, speculating and theorizing, which you guys know me, I always find these things interesting. And what they go on to state is that in the future, developers will add another 5. They're speculating that they will add another 5 Kaeya, but I mean a 5-star Kaeya with unleashed powers and a different design. People whom will get him will have one fulfilled Kaeya, your old free-to-play Kaeya. Now has 2 designs. They're just basically stating how there will be a difference. The end of his hair is now a lighter color and glows when skills are used, which they're stating can be optional in his design. He's got the powers of the unknown god, or maybe something from that region that I cannot go ahead and pronounce. I'm not even going to try and butcher that. Something that we don't know yet. Unleash them, let's say, why him? Now this is a little broken English, but it's okay. He is the only one that massively has a bunch of hints. For being connected with the unknown god, you can read the full story or theory about it here. So they went ahead and left a full-on theory right there. Now, it's just a theory, but I suspect that some people in Reddit have the same idea as me, which we'll get into here in just a second, because that's definitely the case. Maybe he'll get different powers other than Cryo. After all, he is from that region, and we don't really know what powers they have. He got his Cryo Vision in Mondstadt, but does he have something from that region? Do the developers hide it? So yeah, there's a lot of mystery and lore behind Kaeya, and this is just one of the concept designs, which I find to be incredible. So you know how Kaeya has his hair kind of together? Well, this is when he's in his 5-star form. Kaeya hair is just unleashed. Unleash, and we're going to get into some more images to where you'll see Kaeya without the eye patch, which I find to be really, really cool. And this will be a 5-star version, so imagine the hair unleashed, eye patch not there, he has the eye glowing or something of that nature. This is another one that said Ascended Kaeya, so you can see the eye patch is not there. The ult has a little more flair to it. He has a really awesome outfit on that's black, you know, same design, but it's black, and I love the eye. And then the hair can be all over the place once again. Here is another image of what a 5-star Kaeya could be. I don't know, I just started falling in love with the design. I started falling in love with the concept, the idea, the lore, the theory behind it. And I started digging into it. I started really getting into it. And this is another Kaeya. They say Kaeya 5-star Abyss King ult when. And this is by a potato. Massive shout out to you. Almost looks like Kaeya has a Sharingan now. Once again, you can imagine just the hair being all over the place. And then, like I mentioned, there is another theory about a 5-star Kaeya. And they go on to say that this is purely theories, ideas, and a lot of simping for our dear Cryo Man Kaeya. So what do you mean by a 5-star Kaeya? Well, I was thinking, wouldn't it be a huge power move if Mihoyo had an event to turn him into a 5-star? Yes, unlikely or rather impossible, but that would be so much fun. So this goes back to what I was stating earlier, is that it's not impossible, and it's actually very likely that this will happen because they do this in their previous game, Honkai, where they take a character and they just give the character another battle suit, and it's the same character, but it's just an upgrade. So instead of it being an 8 rank, it's an S rank. And this is the same thing that they can do with these 4-star characters if they want to. Kaeya is a prime candidate for that because of how cool Kaeya is, his lore, his backstory, and how there's a lot of fans, Kaeya fans, and rightfully so. He definitely is a prime candidate for a 5-star. So this is something that they can definitely do, introduce a 5-star Kaeya, which will most likely be one that you would have to gacha for, but nonetheless, and give it a whole new design, would look really cool. Now, they go on to state that I just think it would make sense. He has so much hidden lore, so much potential as a DPS, and he's considered more or less on par with Diluc in terms of strength, and they provide the source, and better in terms of intelligence. And they provide the source for that. I mean, look at your set of free characters. They go on for that. They state Lisa, Amber, Barbara, and Xiangling, and then you have Kaeya, mysterious guy from Godless Land, which is also mysterious, who will have to choose between the country he was born in or the one which raised him. Why does he have so much depth? So I said to myself, Mihoyo will probably never make him into a 5-star. Why not come up with the kid for myself? So I think that's incorrect. I think they actually will do this, maybe far in the future, but I think they will do this. So here's my 5-star Kaeya, or 5-star version of Kaeya, which is lore-based explanation. So they go into design, skills, elemental burst. And you guys know I love this because I've done this on my channel with Varka and with the Electro Archon Ball, going over design, skills, elemental skills, and what they would do. So let's talk about the design. I wouldn't want to make too many changes, but no eye patch. His eye has a star birthmark around it, like Albedo's on his neck. Very interesting, and I like that no eye patch. Symmetry, his asymmetrical design hints at him being split between two sides. Give him a full fur coat, yes, in either a ponytail or hair loose. I like the hair loose around both sides. I like this concept right here, and you give him like that ascended looking eye, or even maybe this one. I like that. Spot on. No wrist and ankle bracelets. They look like shackles. Good with that. Okay. Got these ideas from various comments from people, not taking full credit. So this is from various people that have provided information towards the lore and theory of what a 5-star Kaeya could be in terms of skills. So besides maybe a slight stat boost, I think Kaeya is really good as he is. But as for his elemental skills, let's give him some suggestions. So based on Kaeya's voice lines and the fact that he's from that region, has supposedly something to do with time. Interesting. So the elemental skill, besides doing cryo damage, the enemy is frozen in time for a short amount of time. The effects remains if Kaeya is switched off the field. This effect will not be considered a frozen reaction based on freeze. The elemental burst, his 3 icicles now turn into 12 smaller ones. Any enemy who stands in a limited area created by Kaeya's burst will be frozen in time for 12 seconds. That's OP. Each second will be indicated by an icicle shattering. At the end of the 12 seconds, Kaeya will deal AoE cryo damage all around himself. I love this stuff, man. This stuff gets me giddy. This effect will not be considered a frozen reaction based on this moment will be frozen in time. Awesome. And then the constellations, they all stay the same except C2 and C6 will change to C2. If an enemy is killed during the time stop, an icicle will be regenerated. That's awesome. And C6 elemental burst Q will regenerate elemental particles. And there we go. I have no idea if anyone wanted to read this whole thing. I did, but if you did, I'd love to read what you think about a 5-star Kaeya. And I'm sorry, I forgot to. This was posted by you/WowFamNice. Massive shout out to you, my friend, 3 months ago. So that's why I said I'm like late to this. So I don't know if you guys are already aware of this, knew about this, excited about this, but I wanted to do this also not because I like the idea and concept, but I think it's actually something that will happen. I think a 5-star Kaeya, a different form, will be coming into the game of Genshin Impact at some point in time, and it will probably be in the far future when they start doing these things. But I think this is very, very realistic for Mihoyo to do, because like I mentioned, they do this in their other game, Honkai, where they have the same character, they just give them a new rank and a new design and change them entirely. So I really want to get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Once again, I know this was a very random video, but I stumbled upon this subject, this theory. I went down the wormhole, and I'm glad I did, because 5-star Kaeya is now actually a character that I really want in the game. It's not something that I thought of beforehand until I saw this, so now I want it. So anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below if this is something that you would like to see in the game, or if there is another 5-star version of a different character. Let me know that in the comments down below as well. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.